So I actually want to go in depth into what the Pentagon says about the inaccuracy of the 52 rapes a day claim. Because again, I want to try to keep this fair and balanced. I don't want this to seem like or feel like it's a one-sided conversation here. If anything, I'm just trying to start a conversation far and beyond what's being done up there on Capitol Hill because it's not enough these days. Then again, there's hope that it might be. A claim by two fellows at the Center for American Progress that 52 military women are raped each day is inaccurate, the Pentagon says. The claim was penned by Lawrence Korb and Jessica Aarons for the Center for American Progress in a Politico column, which I think was the column that I had originally had set up here. That unfortunately right now is not. Oh, okay, it's back up. So, okay, I will post it and I'll probably cover it. Military women do not have coverage for abortion care, including in cases of rape and incest, they wrote. Yet 52 military women are raped every day, according to the Pentagon, and hundreds of female soldiers are at risk for becoming pregnant from rape each year. If the 52 is not inaccurate, then okay, we can't use that statistic, and I agree. But the possibility of pregnancy, as well as the abortion part of this, when you know how brutal some of these rapes can be, you cannot look at these people and say, you have to have that baby and we will not care for it. In fact, if you claim that it's a rape baby, we'll cut off your coverage, we'll drum you out of the military, and you won't see the benefits nor the prosecution that you deserve. Oh, and by the way, you're going to have to pay for your own abortion if you decide to get one, and we'll shame you if you do because, you know, abortion is bad. Because of underreporting, they estimate that there were about 19,000, Korb says. So that's how we have figured it out, he continued, adding that the term used in the annual report on sexual assault in the military he was referring to was sexual assault. That is inaccurate, says Cynthia Smith, a DoD spokeswoman. Department of Defense, by the way. He divided 19,000 into 365, and that's how he got to 52, she explained. The problem with that is that the 19,000 does not mean rape. So it misrepresents what 19,000 is. The 19,000 is an incidence of unwanted sexual contact, not rape. What? Okay, sure, like touching is not rape, but it's not welcome, but now we have to define, well, what do you mean by unwanted sexual contact? Are you talking about just unwanted groping? Are you talking about actual intercourse? How can any intercourse that's not wanted be not rape? My brain is wanting to eat itself at just the mere thought of that, but Cynthia is somebody who I don't generally tend to like. If I recall, she is the person who's been ahead of trying to figure out this whole crazy conundrum of sexual abuse and sexual assault in the Pentagon while trying to say that for the Department of Defense, while trying to claim that she's done everything right and that she's done everything she can and that there is not the problem that everybody says there is. There are seven different categories that the DoD uses to differentiate between the kinds of sexual assault, including rape. Okay, so, well, this will tell us what she meant by that. The DoD uses the term sexual assault to refer to a range of crimes, including rape, aggravated sexual assault. How's that not rape? Non-consensual sodomy. How's that not rape? Aggravated sexual contact, abusive sexual contact, wrongful sexual contact. Okay, the wrongful one I could understand. Somebody gets mixed around, somebody goes to the wrong tent, they start initiating sex, somebody discovers they're not who they think they are. Okay, that's not rape. But how are the rest of these not rape? So no, I'm sorry, Cynthia Smith. Screw you. You practically have renamed all the different types of rape, and you're trying to classify them as, well, this is rape, but all of these other rapes are not rape. They're non-rape. They are a different rape that's not rape. I mean, a lot of times aggravation happens to be a part of a rape. It's about power. It's about anger. It's about emotion. It's about pushing your will onto somebody else. It's not, as anti-porn activists would like to try to point out, just a release of sexual tension. Although a situational rapist, if they're not getting the sex that they want, like in the Catholic Church sometimes, some of these people who do not have a preference for certain people will still have sex with or rape those people because the opportunity presents itself. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother discussion here. So you can see where the problem is. You can see that they're trying to say, well, these are 52 rapes a day, but they're not rape. You know, like how the GOP has been constantly trying to change the definition of the word rape to mean things like, oh, the sex you didn't want it, or the gift from God sex, or so on and so forth. Equally inaccurate terms for rape, by the way. But that's part of why I wanted to give this article enough rope to hang itself. Women in the military deserve better. This is a Politico piece that they were talking about. Now, take it with a grain of salt, but I do agree that women deserve better. Neither party has delivered on reproductive care for military women, the author says. Both President Barack Obama and the GOP presidential nominee Mitt Romney regularly talked about the needs for military men and women, yet they are not addressing the serious military issue, access to reproductive care for women. Military women do not have coverage for abortion, including the cases of incest and rape and incest. Yet 52 women are raped every day, according to the Pentagon, and hundreds of female soldiers are at risk for becoming pregnant from a rape each year. Unless you're Atkins, of course, in which case these women aren't legitimately being raped who get pregnant, because if a woman knows that she's being legitimately raped, her body, as we all know from Atkins, can shut that down. Actually, that's ironic, because the next paragraph in this article mentions that same topic. Links down to these articles will be down in the underbar. Again, take both with a grain of salt, but I'm not done yet. If this was all I had to say, you'd have every right to say, ha, silly Octavius Rex, you're being glib about this. So let me end this one here. I gave a fair amount of time to the Pentagon's say on this matter so far, but I'm going to get into the bills. I'm going to get into our treatment of the victims, which I do not agree with. And I hate our treatment of these victims. And that's why I cannot just abide by this and act like everything's hunky-dory and okay. It's not.